Wow.
This is Tracy. I got her at an antique store.
Tracy's terrifying. Hey guys, welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong, the podcast that's better.
The podcast that's better if you're stoned, and if you're not, I will undoubtedly send whatever is manifested inside of this doll to hunt you down. My name is MacDizzle.
I'm Joya. You might recognize us from your favorite viral video, or you might have been watching our content for the last 9 years. Oh my god.
If you're new here, like my friend said, we are the original two girls. We've been making content together for almost a decade. Let's
dive on
in.
I'm literally terrified of Tracy. Why is her name Tracy? Where did you get her? Why did you get her? Please give us the story.
So first of all, let me go ahead and put Tracy back in her little nook. Okay. Because Tracy needs to sit down.
Okay. Yeah. Please, there needs to be eyes kept on Tracy. And if you're only listening and not watching, just don't
Tracy.
even bother.
So I went to
this episode.
What?
Because Tracy's terrifying. Nothing. I was just talking to our listeners.
Don't badmouth Tracy. Okay.
Okay. You're right. She's just a baby.
She's just a baby. So Tracy, so the other day I went thrifting and I went to the antique mall with Rachel, my sister. And as we were walking through this antique mall, the antique mall is really, really cool because the way that it's set up, it's like each person who wants to sell their stuff has like a section at the antique mall. So some people have bigger sections than others, but there's this huge long line on this wall where it's like little closets and there's no doors on it, but you walk by and each room you can tell is an individual vendor. Stuff. Yeah, it's an individual person's stuff. So it's like people who just have antiques, collect antiques, whatever, they sell them there. And so I was walking across this wall, just looking in the different doors, and I obviously made eye contact with Tracy. We locked eyes.
That must be obvious.
And I initially went and I looked at her and I was like, you're special. you're special. But I did not pick her up or take her. I was like, all right, it's you're being silly, Mac. Like, it's just, you're being silly. You're just being silly.
Can you explain why you thought she was special?
Because she's making such an idiotic face. I've never seen a doll with a face like that before. Like, porcelain dolls, like, they look creepy. She just looks stupid.
I think I'm going to need a picture of her because I only saw her face once you became pixelated.
So I'll try to show you a little bit of what... you can't see my face right now because it's pixelated, but I will send you a photo of her anyway. Okay. She looks... do you want the picture now?
Yeah, I do want the picture now.
I'll get the picture now.
Okay, thank you. I'm dying at this. So funny. Just the idea of MacDizzle stumbling upon a doll and saying, "You're special." And then I don't know if she named her Tracy or if Tracy is a name that she was given before she met MacDizzle, but a baby named Tracy. It's funny to think that there were any babies named Tracy at any point in history, which we know there were many of because there's many older women named Tracy. Did you name her Tracy?
I did.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm getting to that. So,
okay.
Me and Tracy, we ran into each other. I was like, ugh, I want you, but like, you're $40. You're silly. Stop it, Tracy. And so I walked away and I was going through the antique mall and we were there for like another 30-40 minutes and I could not stop thinking about her. How stupid does she look?
She's so stupid looking. Oh my god.
Like I said, I've never seen porcelain dolls in general are pretty creepy objects. Like, people collect them. Like, Annabelle is based on a porcelain doll. It's all very creepy. But she just looks so idiotic. Like, there's no way that there's anything mean-spirited in there. If I'm taking any spirit home, they got a sense of humor. Okay. They chose that doll. So anyways, I didn't feel fear from this doll. I felt something. Right. I felt drawn to it, but I don't know why. And so I walked away from her. I was looking at other things. I found this really beautiful music box that played this really eerie song. And I was like, yes, need you.
Separate from
Tracy.
I
Bought that. Bought the music box.
Nice.
And then I couldn't stop thinking about Tracy. And I was like, Rachel, I'm going to go back and get her.
I mean, what more perfect duo than an old creepy music box and a silly looking porcelain doll?
Yes. So they had to go hand in hand. So I went back for Tracy. Her name was not Tracy at the time. She did not
Did
have a name.
she did not. Okay.
But I got in the car and it was I was like playing with names in my head, and then one that kept coming back over and over was Tracy. So there she is. There's Tracy, the derpy doll in the
Yes,
corner,
in all
living
her
her best
glory.
life.
When you got up, I was talking about how I said it's funny that her name's Tracy because it's just not a baby name, and it's hilarious to think that there were any babies named Tracy, like, at
There
any
had
point
to
in
have been a
time.
baby named Tracy at some point. There was
Right.
a baby named Olga.
Gertrude,
Did
Gwendolyn.
I tell you that one time about how I had this friend in high school. Her name was Natalie Bustos. And I don't know where she was from, but she was like European or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And but like American.
Right,
Anyways,
right.
and so I'm at her house one time and we were just like talking about really horrible names. And I was like, oh my God, what about like Olga? She's like, that's my mom's name. And I was like, you're so funny.
Oh my god.
It
That's
was her
so
mom's name. And
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to diss the name Olga. It's just in American, the language itself, it doesn't produce the sounds that are appealing to American ears. I can't speak for what that name sounds like in whatever original dialect that it
I
comes
think
from.
that's, like, German, like, it would be, like,
German's a
Germanic.
hideous language as it is, so that
Right.
would make sense.
Yeah.
Like Brunhilde, that is a
Yeah.
heinous
I
name.
know,
What
you
are we
say
doing?
Olga, I think of, like, Helga.
Helga, Gretchen, Brunhilde.
Where's Brunhilde from?
That's German too. Brunhilde is German.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hildy. So actually, you want to know how I freaking remember that is German? Because in Django, one of the women, the woman who was married to Django,
Mm. I haven't seen
her
Django.
slave master gave her the name Brunhilde and taught her German, and so she was a very unique individual that
Mm.
existed on
In
plantations
that
because she
time.
had a German name and she spoke German. So it was a
Huh.
black woman who spoke German and had this German name. So she was easier to find. So that's basically, do you know the story
Mm.
of Django? Django's looking for his wife.
Uh,
So
I
they got
I get
separated.
yeah, okay, tell me, because I do kinda get the gist, but
So, like, yeah, more or less, it's like this amazing redemption story of a slave. But one of the primary premises of it is he's trying to find his wife, and he gets linked up with this German doctor who is really like that guy. And
dope.
the German doctor is like, look, if you help me catch all these bounties and you help me with my work, and we're going to be going to all these plantations, we're going to be going to all these places. If we find her, we'll get her. So he's like, you help
Oh,
me, I help you type vibe. And
right.
so they were going to a bunch of different. So then, so the conversation that they found out that they had something in common was because he was talking about he agreed to help this guy even without being like, oh. So let me back up. How it
Please do.
starts.
Yeah.
Django is chained up on a chain gang and they're walking through the woods and this dentist pulls up and the dentist is like, I am looking for one particular man, and he was looking for Django.
Mm.
But the slave owner was like, I'm not going to sell him to you. Fuck off. And so the dentist caps him, kills him,
Oh,
frees all
period
the other men.
dentist.
Well, he basically is just like, y'all are free, go do what you want. And then he takes Django. Not takes him, but he's like, I have a proposition
Yes.
for you. I have a
Yeah.
proposition for you. Because he knew he worked on a plantation with two people who were wanted. So he knew what
Okay.
those people looked like. And so he needed somebody to help him spot them out.
Right, which is
So
so funny. Like, when I think about, like, back in the day, there's no photos, there's no you literally had to have somebody who has
who
seen this
knew what
person
they
with
look
their
like.
eyes, right, to
Yes.
identify them.
And
What a
so
crazy
that's
time.
how their relationship starts. And so he started helping with all these bounties and they start to become like friends because the doctor shows him respect, treats him like a human, la 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 la.
Yeah.
And they start to talk and he's like, yeah, I had a wife. We got separated. And he starts talking about his wife. He's like, yeah, her name's Hildy, short for Brunhilde. And he's like, what? You have a
Right. German
wife
wife?
named Brunhilde? Like
Yeah.
that doesn't. And he says, yeah, she speak a little German too. And he's like, we're gonna go find her. Like that won't even be hard. Like, what do you mean?
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of how the relationship starts. How did we get on this?
Well, we were talking about German names.
So yeah, so that's how it kind of starts is like he meets this German guy
Doc
who's doing bounty
dentist.
hunting.
Yeah.
He poses as a dentist. I think he might have been a dentist at one point, but he is a bounty hunter.
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Who
So he
plays that person? Because it must be a big
the
name.
German guy, he's such an amazing actor. Look him up because he was in another film and he was so good. He was a bad guy in that movie. Oh my god, and he's such an amazing actor. He's so good.
Dr. King Schultz, Christopher
Yes.
Waltz. Yeah,
Lucifer Waltz. Christopher Waltz.
Christoph
Christoph.
Waltz.
Yeah, Christoph. Yeah, he's so
I've
good.
yeah, I've definitely seen this guy. He totally is a bad guy because I've seen him
He's a
in
bad guy
something
in
and
a movie, and I
yes.
remember being like, I hate you. And then I saw him in Django and I was like, I love you.
Not you being the nice guy,
Not you
yeah.
being that guy.
It's honestly so incredible, like, the fucking range that some people have. Honestly, fuck Johnny Depp. Fuck him. But
Uh,
fuck
why?
Johnny Depp because he's a
Because of the
fucking
Amber Heard thing?
yes, because he's an abuser.
I mean, I
It's
think
not just her.
it went two ways though. So I understand like two people can be crappy people in a relationship, but I don't think that makes them crappy people in general.
I
You
think
know?
that
Like
that it's
like
said
so
that
Joya.
there's
If I cheated on my boyfriend and I was really
and he
horrible to
beat the
him.
shit out of you?
No, and I just this is just one sided story. I cheated on my boyfriend. I'm really horrible to him. Would that change your friendship with me?
No. Not at all.
It's because as a person, you know who I am. How you react in a relationship can sometimes bring out the worst in you and do different things. And I'm not trying to absolve anyone of domestic violence by any means,
I hope
obviously.
not.
But I would like to say that that was a very toxic relationship.
Right, for sure. But
Yes,
she's not the only one that's said that he is crazy like that,
and I
throws
can
things
believe
at
that.
people, is physically abusive, is
And
emotionally abusive. And
that's
it's
so
also
interesting.
I remember reading actually during that whole thing that there's no such thing as reactive abuse because that's what people were saying. Like they're both abusers, or
Yeah,
Johnny Depp was a reactive abuser,
because there are
whatever.
plenty of women who endure abuse and don't abuse back. There's
Exactly.
no such thing as reactive.
And then one day they fucking kill their husbands, and then they're a murderer. But they
Yo,
were
I was reading
abused.
a crazy story about that.
There's a lot of stories like that, honestly. And
Yo,
period. Let
I
them
kind of
all
want to
out.
get it. I kind of
Free
want to.
them.
Can I tap into it for a second?
Yeah.
So this woman So this guy dated this terminal. His wife. He married this woman who was terminally ill and had daughters. And
Okay.
he was like, I don't care
No.
if you're terminally ill. I love you. I'm gonna marry you. And he really did love this woman, and they had a really
Okay.
good relationship.
Good.
And she died. And after she died, as part of like the grieving process, the oldest daughter really latched onto him and they started a fucking relationship.
Uh,
Yeah. And it lasted like 20 something years and it divulged into this horrendous, abusive, crazy situation where they drank a lot. And so alcohol was massive fuel to the fires of this
of
abuse. And I think
course.
that was probably prevalent in Amber and Johnny's
Definitely.
relationship
Drugs,
too.
drugs and alcohol.
So they started spiraling and at one night she shot him. And he didn't die immediately.
Oh. Oh shit.
She started panicking though and like cleaning up the crime scene. It was just like her initial reaction was like she shot him
Had to cover it up.
and was just immediately started to try to cover it up because she was like, what do I do? What do I do? Just panicking. And then
Yes.
eventually got to the point where she's like, I can't cover this up. I have to call it in. And so she called 911 and she like reported it, was like, I shot him, blah, 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 blah. And so she was on the stand defending herself at her trial. And
Mhm.
it's so interesting to see the different ways that people are perceived on the stand, because when Amber was on there, no one, I would say a lot of people did not believe her. A lot of people galvanized against her. They did not like the way that she reacted. They could not relate to her. It did
Yeah.
not seem what in their hearts believable.
Yeah. I
Whereas
think
this
that was
woman,
a big bandwagon thing. Like
yeah, I think so too.
it snowballed.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And the pooping in the bed story, like that just didn't help anyone. But so this woman gets on the stand and she is just being brutally honest. She said, like, she basically just started to like let everybody into the relationship and like understand the abuse that was happening. And she abused him back. And that's what's so
Mhm.
interesting, because like they would get to the point where like he would start choking her, and that's
Yeah.
that night when she shot him, or I think she actually stabbed him. She stabbed him with a knife in the shoulder and he had a heart
Mm.
attack after that and died.
Oh.
Yeah, so she stabbed him to get him off of her because he was choking her, and
Mhm.
she was afraid that he was going to kill her that night, and
Right.
so she stabbed him in the shoulder, and he ended up having a heart attack and passing away after that. And so I listened to it on a podcast. I listened to a lot of her testimony and the way that she described it, and she was so honest with her shortcomings and how she failed in so many different ways, and she took accountability in such a human way. She was like,
When
so
that can really hurt you when you're
that
on
can
the
really
stand.
hurt you, but the
Yeah.
people heard that and they were like, I understand her, and she got
Yeah.
off. They didn't convict her of murder. She got off on self-defense and everything like that. But it was just so interesting to hear like the prosecutor like cross-examine her and be like, so if he's abusing you and he's doing all of these things to you, why do you stay? And she would say, I thought I loved him. I chose to ignore these things. I wanted so desperately for this to work, and it's just like
Yeah.
she was just so brutally honest about so many different things and her shortcomings that I feel
It
like people
worked
should take
out.
notes from that testimony a little bit if they're ever trying to defend themselves, because she did a very, very good job.
It also depends
The
on
jury
who you have there that is determining.
and the time and
Yeah. The
the media
location.
around it and just
Yep.
everything. It's so crazy that the exact same crime can happen in two different counties and have totally different outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
A jury of our peers is terrible. Let's get AI to start
Shut
figuring
the
out
fuck up.
crime.
Oh my God. Stop it. Oh my God. That's so funny. Yeah. That is really commendable that she put all of her dirty laundry out there too. Like she was
Yeah,
like,
because she knew she wasn't perfect. She started
Mhm.
like talking to another man. Like they had issues with that. Like it was just so many. Like she really bared it all and just said, this is it." But
Good for her.
yeah,
And thank
we
God it
haven't.
worked out for her.
It's 17 minutes in, and I'm brutally sober.
Period. I'm ready.
Brutally sober. Also today, I had some notes while I was doing my makeup, so I wrote them on my hand in eyeliner.
You're so funny. That's a super easy wipe off. That's a great idea.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, here we go.
Just come right off. Oh my God. I
Mhm.
used to draw on myself constantly.
Me too. And now look at me as an adult.
Right. Yeah. I know. Yeah. My siblings, I remember my siblings telling me, you literally look dirty. Like, stop drawing on I was drawing on my hands, my arms, on my legs. Like, they were like, this looks fucking gross.
They're
Stop.
hateful. They're hateful.
Well, I mean, your
Okay,
tattoos
is
look
this?
amazing, but
Thank you. I need to go get my
pen,
other device. This one's not
okay.
working.
I feel like that drawing on yourself when you're in school is one of those, like, well, maybe not a universal experience, but a lot of people do that. I used to oh my God, I used to write like a big fat heart on the top of my hand with like my crush's name or something. Well, not my crush, it'd be like a boyfriend, I guess. I was never that I would never write my crush as somebody who I was like who I didn't bag already, who I didn't fucking claim. But anyway, hey, welcome
Hey,
back.
thank
What'd
you.
you go get?
Just the other Puffco.
Not
This
you
one,
with multiple Puffcos at your
yo,
house.
they laced me up with such a good package. Can I give you like my full tea on that? I think they're mad at me again.
Oh no.
So they gave me this package. So I have a little bit of a checkered history with Puffco. I really love the company. I really love working with them.
The
So this is
product.
me being honest. They have a great product. But they do get a little bit upset when you work with other competitors, and I do that.
I mean,
So
they
they sent me this
expect
really. The thing is, they sent me this really big box. It was like over $1,000 of goods in there, like really a lot of really really good stuff, like their whole new line. And I promoted it. I did an unboxing, and I did all of this for free. Like they didn't pay me for the promo. I don't
Mhm.
generally do exchange work, but I was like, I really like you guys. We haven't worked together in a really long time, so fuck it. Like I'll show you some love. You show me some love.
Yeah.
But also at that same time, I was getting paid from another company called Cake. And
Yeah.
I was not about to just say no, like this won't pay my rent, unfortunately. I can't give this to my landlord and be like, "Hey, Robert,
Uh-huh.
my rent's good this month."
Yeah.
So I have to accept those checks, and they they don't repost any of my stories. They don't like them. They don't interact with anything that I tag them in. But all this to say, I really do like Puffco's. I think they are a superior unit. And I really do like the glows too. I'm gonna actually do a comparison video on the two, but like real tea, short answer, I think the Puffco is better. So
It is. There's not a single e-rig on them. I will stand by
that's
this. I
better.
will die on this fucking hill and have for many years. Puffco is the best
Yeah.
e-rig on the market.
Even better than
Period.
the
You
Focus and the
cannot.
Carta.
Yeah. Last week I got lit as fuck off of one bong rip. So
You said you had switched strains.
yeah. I said I have to.
You said that you did, like you had like a mystery strain or something in the
Yeah, I
bong.
did. I had something else. I don't know what it was, but it was in this grinder that I hardly ever use. I just got new weed yesterday. So that's exciting.
How do you get weed
Period.
in Texas? You get it shipped?
Are you wearing a wire? Are you trying to incriminate me? Are you the
Hypothetically,
police?
if you were to get weed in Texas, what would you do?
Which I don't. Just kidding. Yes.
Did you have like a plug that's in
I
a legal state?
Yeah, so what I like to say is the USPS sees billions of packages per year.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so
Like they see or they seize.
see,
Okay, got you.
yeah, billions of packages go through the USPS per year.
So many.
So it's kind of hard for them to find small amounts of stuff, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
How would somebody in your state go about finding somebody like that? Do you know? I know
I
you know because you come from a legal state.
exactly. And I
And so I
also come
wonder,
not only a legal state, but, you know, a legal.
the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have actually, and you know what? I have multiple plugs from people that I know through the industry, but I also have plugs that are just friends,
Yeah.
like friends of
Interesting.
Adams or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like it's not, the thing is, how would you go about that if you don't know somebody?
That's it's so interesting to me though, because like even here in California, like if I were to try and like get something other than weed, I would call you.
That's so embarrassing. Don't say that. Oh my God.
Not
That's so
because you do a
embarrassing.
bunch of drugs, just because you know so many people.
I do. I
She
do.
went to college, she went to parties, like she knows
I was the
so many
biggest
people.
I was the biggest social butterfly in high school and in college. I totally like I had a lot of
I
friends.
remember coming to your birthday party and just being amazed at the amount of people who just like knew who you were and like showed
That
up
was
to your
even too
house.
because I also had, growing up, I had a very like
M-
commanding energy.
My
I'm
cousin was
tall.
there.
Right. That was the most random thing ever. I still cannot. I still cannot. And I don't know. I don't know if he was with this group, but there was one. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. Stole my mom's fucking super expensive sunglasses. So
I wouldn't
annoying.
put it past his friends or him.
Okay, then he was definitely. I think he was with. You know what? Why don't I just say this person's fucking
Say
name
it,
on
fuck
here?
him.
Noah Singleton from
Noah
Uplift,
Singleton.
and any of
We
his
know
friends
you.
would have absolutely stolen something from my house, and my mom's sunglasses were missing. There was not another group there that I was like, that
Because they
person
didn't
would
know you
steal from
that
me.
well.
Those people I've known, actually, that kid, I've known him since he was 9 years old,
But like
maybe
his
maybe 10.
friends. Because Justin didn't know you. My cousin didn't know
Justin,
you.
right?
He was
Well,
just
but
there at the party.
yeah, which is so funny. Why would I even have people that I don't know in my house? Like, stupid.
Regular
Yeah.
Joya activities at age
Well,
19.
no, I only had because my siblings got caught for having parties. Actually, they were allowed to have a couple of parties. They were allowed to have like a, I mean, the big one that really was like no parties ever again was a Super Bowl party. Have I told you this story?
No.
Definitely. Oh my God. Okay. So my my siblings are having a Super Bowl party.
So was it like a joint sibling party?
My brothers, yes. Like, not
Okay.
my
The
sister. I think my
boys.
sister was probably out. Exactly, the boys. I think my sister was probably out of the house at
How
this
far are
time.
they apart in age?
They're one after another. My mom had 5 kids in 6 years.
Okay,
So
so they're like me and my
all
brother, like a year and 2 months apart type shit.
exactly. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure all
close.
4 of them were in high school at the same time.
Oh
Like,
my
I think it was
god,
like 1, 2, 3.
chaos.
Yes,
The
right.
amount of food being eaten in that
Oh,
house.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, one time
4 high school boys? I can't even feed
yeah.
5 dogs.
I have this burning core memory in my brain of my godmother came over, and she went over to what my dad was making, and she's like, "What are you making?" And he said, "Mashed potatoes." And she looks in the pot
Like
and
a
goes,
cauldron.
"For what army?" Yeah. Like, it was like literally like a fucking giant fucking thing of
Just like a
mashed
witch
potatoes.
cauldron, just standing there with his giant
Yeah,
spoon,
dude.
stirring the potatoes.
Yep. So so my siblings are having this Super Bowl party, and my parents and I and my little brother, we had like went to like my uncle's house or something. So we were like not there during the party. But we came back towards the end of it. It's like starting to get dark. So it's like 8 or 9 p.m. And these guys from a different city in the
Uh-oh.
area, it's like a group, they come and they want to come in to the party. And my
Oh,
brothers are
well,
like,
we don't know you.
yeah, and
This is my house.
it's 4 brothers. You came to a house with 4 brothers that live there and thought you were just gonna, so they're like, "No, yeah, you're not coming. We don't fucking know you. You're not coming in here."
Like, that's so
And so
interesting to me when you show up to somebody else's house and you demand entry.
I get pissed if you can't
It's
get in.
giving colonizer
Yeah.
in the
Literally.
worst like, what?
There's levels to this story, so you're gonna love this. So
What?
they get rejected. My brothers are like, "No, you need to leave." And they're pissed. My brothers can feel the tension. It's like, it's not good. Actually, you know what? I think I might need to back up. There was a physical altercation before they left.
Mm.
Yes. So they fucking left. They run up we think that they went up to this fucking church
Oh, no.
that's not that far away. They come back. There's like 4 cars probably. They have rocks this size, about the size of my head if you're not watching. Yeah. And they are throwing them at my house. And I guess I
911,
could say,
police, arrest them.
right, I could say from my perspective, I'm 8 years old at this time.
That's so scary.
My little brother and I were sharing a room, and it was like, he said it's a bunk bed, but we used to like sleep in the same bed all the time. We were so close when we were little. He
Aw.
said he was going to sleep on the floor. And this is like something I have obviously can remember so
So wait, you
deeply.
guys came home and they came back?
We came home. No, we were home we came home and it was starting to get dark. Those guys came after.
Okay,
So
so
we
the
were there
party
for
was
just
over and they came back?
the party was
Like
fizzling
dying
out.
down. Got you.
Exactly. So yeah, my little brother was like, "I am going to sleep on the floor," which we did from time to time. And I was like, "Just like sleep up here." And I knew that something was wrong because I could hear my brother yelling. One of my brothers, I could hear his voice and he was yelling. I heard him say, "Call 911." I thought there was a fight. I thought it was a fight. But not 5 seconds later, a rock comes through my window
No
and
fucking
lands on
way.
yes. This was like so insane. So a rock comes through my window, glass breaks, obviously. Thank God my little 5-year-old brother wasn't sleeping on the
Fucking
ground.
getting a rock on his head.
Right. So then very quickly after, my brother, Jesse, my oldest brother, comes in, runs in, obviously, picks both of us up. He's carrying us both like this. And takes us to my mom's room.
That's
Oh
a
my
good
God, it
big
was so
brother.
scary. Oh my God. And he was like he's like the
Protector.
yes, he's like the
Aw.
warmest. Like, they all are protective of me, but he is like the warmest
His
one,
well,
the
I could
sweetest
tell
one.
what his MO is because his first reaction when that happened was to run in and help
Go
you
get the
two.
babies. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, he runs and he takes us to my mom's room, which is on the other, like, it's not facing
No,
the
I
front of the
remember it's like
house.
down a hall.
Yeah.
So your room is at the very front of the house.
Right.
And then
It
you go
has a
out your door and
front-facing
then there's a
window.
down a hall and your mom's room is like by the backyard type
straight
shit.
down. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So they take us back there. And as I'm walking through the hall, we still had carpet back there. And so there's blood all over there's blood like drops all over the carpet. And my brother is in the bathroom with like something on his head. He got hit in the fucking head
With a
with one
rock.
of the rocks. My brother John, he still has a scar. So it was my youngest older brother. He's older than me, but he's the youngest one, was the one that was yelling, call 911. My brother John is just a year older than him, got hit in the fucking head. And my brother John was the like starting quarterback at his high school for 3 years, like
Oh,
very
like
cool guy.
the jock.
Yes, like, and he's popular. His girlfriend is head cheerleader. He's like, yes. So
I hate
he is
them.
like
I'm so sorry.
I know, and him and his wife are the ones that like they do marathons and they fucking like, yeah, dude. I'm like, yeah. So like they're still very much athletes. They're a very active
He said,
family.
I'm still a jock, babe.
Yeah,
Still a jock.
like we'll never not be. And his wife too, like she was a track star that like
Oh my God.
but anyway, so he was like the most high profile one, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if they targeted him on purpose or if they were just throwing them at the house. I mean, there were people outside. So that was actually, I also saw my brother Jesse crying for the first time ever. Like the one who came and picked us up was
Oh, he was probably
crying.
so
Oh
scared
my
and just
God,
stressed
yes.
out.
And that like was such a moment for me because I like saw his vulnerability, you know, as an 8-year-old little
Oh.
sister. But so we find out that actually, I mean, they knew at the time, I found out later, that my brother's head cheerleader girlfriend was with that other group.
Why?
I still do not understand really what the relationship was and if she was only with them when they
So
first
y'all got to
came.
find out who they were then.
Yes.
And press
Yes.
fucking motherfucking charges.
And charges were pressed. But yet the ringleader of the whole thing was the mayor of the city that they're all from. The mayor's son was the ringleader of the whole thing. And there was a newspaper article where there was like a picture of him in handcuffs.
Did the mayor get reelected?
I don't know. I need to go back. I need to go back and look at like the
That's a
court
PR
documents.
nightmare.
Yeah. But yeah,
It's
I mean,
like,
that was fucking terrifying,
that
dude.
is so scary. And I'm
It
so
was
glad that you were
crazy.
able to press charges against those fucking
Yeah,
degenerates.
somebody hit somebody with a golf. I think my brother hit somebody with a golf club.
Good.
Somebody punched my dad, or pushed my dad, or something. Or
Not
my dad.
Emilio.
He's way younger at this time. He's like
I don't care. He's a little guy.
Well, I think he used to be a lot more like he used to
Is he
be
like
a little
5'9"?
taller. Yeah, he used to be a little bit taller, but he used to be like, you know, like bigger.
Thicker.
Yeah. I mean, still to a full size, you know, I guess a
jacked
teenager
high schooler
who's
full of hormones.
who just fucking But yeah, somebody definitely assaulted my dad, and my brother hit that guy with a golf club.
Good.
And yeah, I mean, my brother had to have like surgery. I mean,
way.
yeah, for the frickin' what's it called?
Did y'all make those bitches pay for every last cent of it?
I don't know. I need to you know what I've thought this before, which I do not have the actual creative capacity to do something like this. But I was like, what if, like, I feel like I could, or someone who could do this could make a short film about this whole event.
Yeah.
Because
let's do it.
I was like, I can interview all my siblings, get everybody's account of what happened, you know? But there's no video or photos or anything.
That is so,
but anyway,
because it was in like 2000 fucking 8
because
or something.
2003 because I was 8 years old.
Yeah, so like early before phones were like a thing.
My brother Chris graduated. So Jesse was 1 year out of high school. Chris was graduating that year. John was a junior and Matt was a freshman.
Imagine showing up to somebody's house who you don't know, being told you can't come in because we don't know you, and then assaulting those people. Right. Oh my God. I hope those people are in jail today.
I know. I'm sure some of them are fucking losers.
I hate
it
kids.
begs
I
the
hate
question
young
though.
People.
I know. Teenagers are fucking
Not
horrible.
even
Oh
just
my god.
teenagers. Go ahead.
Just people, young people. Did you see my story the other day of the bullet holes or the bullet
Yeah,
things on the
just shooting up
McDonald's?
the McDonald's drive-through
So
because that's how you deal with your problems.
they didn't actually shoot at the McDonald's drive-through, but my friend Steven, his apartment faces that area, so he can see out his
What's
window
going
what's
on?
yes. So the other day, there was like teenagers fighting. This is like last week or something. There's like teenagers fighting. And so he was like filming the teenager fight, like, haha, stupid, you know?
Yeah,
But apparently there was like a bystander who like tried to intervene, like tried to be like, hey, stop. What are y'all doing?
that's
Whatever.
stupid.
Maybe that person said, I'm going to call the cops. I don't know. But one of those teenagers left and came back with a gun and shot at that person. And he didn't get shot, thank God, but shot at them. And two of the shots hit the McDonald's drive-through screen. If you didn't see my story the other day, I posted the McDonald's drive-through screen.
Texas.
Yes. Even teenagers have guns.
Everybody gets a gun. Give your baby a gun.
You fuck it.
Bro, that is so foul. Like, I'm mad about little kids stealing chips off my porch.
Fucking dickheads. They just
Because
literally
here's the
do not
thing.
give a
Here's the
fuck.
thing. Like, I look at these kids doing these things and I'm filled with rage, but also relatable because I probably would have stolen some chips off a fucking porch as a kid and been like, dumb bitch, she's so mad.
What is
like,
it also? It's funny to make old people mad when you're a kid.
why?
Dude,
And I'm
I
not even
remember
old. Like, that's the
well,
thing that
yeah.
makes me so angry is like, if they knew me, I don't think they would steal from me. They'd be like, no, that's Mac's house. Like,
The lady
if
with
you
the
just
pink
take one
hair and the
chip,
tattoos,
no,
she's
if you just take
cool.
like one bag of chips, she got no problems. She'll keep them stocked too.
Yeah.
And I would. And if
Yeah.
you just wanted to like be
Come on.
respectful and your fucking friends, I don't care if you have 5 friends want to come take some chips. I don't care because I get that sometimes kids are hungry, their parents don't buy them the little treats that they want. I don't care. It's when one little foul-mouthed, stinky little fuck comes and clears out my entire thing except for the chips they don't like.
Oh
They left
my god.
the plain Lays and they took every other chip. And so I don't put them out anymore. I stopped. Last like a month ago, I stopped putting them out because they've done it like 3 times and I'm over it.
Aww.
Yep.
That is so messed up.
And I wanted to like put out like full-size candy bars and just lay in wait.
You're so funny.
And then when they show up
That would be
to my house,
so
here's my
good.
plan because I've already fantasized about it. Hey, bitch, bring your mom, all right? Because I can't kick your ass, but I can kick your mom's ass.
Period. Exactly.
And I feel like that would scare a little kid if I threatened to beat their mom up.
Definitely. It could
Like,
go, it could go the other way though. And he could be
she's
like,
not
girl,
beating me up. That's the thing. She's not.
right. Yes.
She's not.
Yeah.
Simply put, I don't care who you bring. You can bring Ronda motherfucking Rousey. She's not beating me. I will make sure that your child watches me wash the floor with your face. All right. I will make sure that it is a traumatic moment for everyone involved. And you, ma'am, will teach your son or daughter to stop touching other people's shit because it gets your ass kicked.
Period.
Amen. Thank you for coming.
Fucking man.
Let's start fighting parents more.
Right.
I don't like, honestly, if a kid pisses me off, I'm gonna be like, honestly, let me fight your mom.
And if you don't want me to fight your mom,
then you get to do it. It's either you fight me or your mom fights me. Which one do you want? And I'm so dead ass. I'll go to jail. I'll slap a kid. And I'll say that to them because I'm not going to go to jail, but they'll believe it because I'm crazy. I remember one time a guy walked by me and my friends and he was smoking a cigarette and I was like 8 years old. I was like, smoking's bad.
Yeah.
And he walked by and flipped me off and I was horrified. I was like, how dare he?
I remember doing that too. Like hacking up when people were smoking.
Cigarettes are disgusting though, and if you smoke them, stop. Ew, tacky. Do better. Being addicted to cigarettes
in 2024
tacky.
When there's so many other options. Honestly, I'm so happy for both of us that we never got the fucking nicotine thing.
Mm-mm.
I am grateful every single day that I do not have the fucking nicotine addiction,
Mhm.
because it happens to people so easily and it stays for life.
And it's so bizarre to me because I have an addictive personality,
Right.
and some might argue that I'm a recovering addict. I say I like to party a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyways, for the people who argue that I am a recovering addict, like I tried smoking cigarettes when I was younger. I tried it because I wanted to show somebody how gross they looked.
Disgusting.
My mouth felt like it was like an ashtray's butthole. How
That's
do you
super
yourself
accurate.
walk around tasting like the taint of a cigarette? That's
It's
disgusting, and
disgusting.
we can smell it on your breath. We can smell it.
We can smell it on your clothes. We can smell it on
We
your
can
hair. We can smell
smell
it on your
it.
hands.
We can smell it, mama. I can hear it in your cough. I can hear it in your voice.
So bad.
Like I
Yeah, the
got a
deep,
smoker's
deep.
cough, but it's a weed smoker's cough, so it only comes when I smoke weed.
Right.
The cigarette smoker's cough, she'll greet you anytime.
I mean, not to mention the lung cancer.
The cancer, honey, the cancer.
I think that lung cancer is the number one most preventable cancer that we have.
Yeah, probably. Like, given how people get it most frequently, they get it from inhalants, inhaling
Right.
things, and so I mean, eventually it might not be the easiest one to avoid because it's so polluted, but currently, yeah.
Yeah.
Mesothelioma. I don't know what that is. I think it
But I
must be from
know.
something.
Yeah. I think that is through inhalants, not cigarettes. But I
Have
think
you Go
now,
ahead.
how do we not know exactly what mesothelioma is after seeing commercials about
Here's
fucking
what I know. I know that I
mesothelioma?
don't have it, nor do I have a loved one who has it. So I never call the number.
If you I never call the number, right, which makes
Have
sense.
you or a loved one been affected by mesothelioma? You might be entitled to compensation. Yes, thank you. Give me money for my illness. Thank you. Don't take the illness away though. I would just like the money.
I was like half listening because I'm also focusing on typing, and I don't know what you said, but
Doesn't matter. Have you ever muted a mutual?
I don't know if Instagram took away my ability to mute or if I'm missing something, but I absolutely have muted somebody before. 100%.
Yeah, I just did it today.
Oh, did you? You want to
Two
type in the
people.
chat who it is?
Two people.
Sometimes like unfollowing is too much, and I was actually just watching I love those like stupid real estate reality shows, and I was watching one. It's Buying Beverly Hills, and somebody unfollowed somebody on that show and they were pissed. Yo.
Hello. What were we saying?
We were talking about muting.
Mutuals. Muting mutual. Oh,
Yes.
here I wrote one.
Period.
Had to.
Period.
Had to do both.
Yeah. I
Had to
mean,
do both.
sometimes
I would love to be able to talk about the first one, but I feel like people are already going to know if I say anything
yeah,
about it
don't.
because it's
I
so
was
obvious.
I
It's
was
so
really
obvious.
yeah, I was going to ask too, and I was like that's not a good idea. Um but yeah, sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary
I just find
because
my
I
brain going to a negative place when I see anything that they post, and I don't want to
yeah,
dislike them because we're
right.
mutuals. And so I'm
Yes,
just going to
exactly.
pretend like I can't see anything that they post.
Right. And I was saying when you were gone, I was like, unfollowing is like a big
It's
thing.
a big thing.
I
It
was watching this show where somebody unfollows somebody and it's like a thing, it's stupid, but somebody described it as a statement
You're
that you
severing a
don't
tie with someone.
exactly that you're done with them. You're done with the relationship. You don't want the relationship to go any further.
Mhm.
And that's not true always.
No.
It's just like I don't I don't want to see your stuff.
Yeah.
Especially like what you said, if your brain and your emotions are going to a negative place when you see this person's stuff, that is like the number one reason to like remove that person's content
Yeah.
from your feed.
Yeah. It
There's
doesn't
like
make
that.
me happy. It makes me angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fills
And
me with
that's,
rage.
yeah. So, yeah.
Uh,
I
LOL.
definitely you're gonna have to teach me how, because I swear to God I do not have the fucking button anymore. Like I
So
cannot find it.
you click follow, and
Oh.
under follow, they give you the option to unfollow, mute, restrict.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
I see it here. Yep. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you. Very good to know.
you're so welcome.
And that's like one of those hard things, because it's like I feel like, yeah, people have been like, why not just unfollow somebody? Like, why are you?
Because I don't have
But
a
yeah.
problem with this person. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I would like to remain cordial with them. And if remaining cordial means that we stay mutuals on Instagram, that's fine with me. I just don't want to see. So it's two different people that I muted this morning for two different reasons. One of them, I just really wholeheartedly disagree with the direction that they're taking certain things in. The other one is because I feel like they disrespected me, and I'm tired of it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to necessarily address or deal with any of those things,
Yeah, because
but I don't want
you
to
don't
see them
you
anymore.
well, yeah, and you don't see those people more than maybe once a year.
Oh, I don't even see them once a year usually. That's the thing. Like
Mm,
it's very rare that I actually run into these people in person,
right.
especially since the first has completely pivoted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, muting mutuals. Bring back muting.
bring honestly, so this is me saying mute them. You don't have to unfollow him. You don't have to create that drama. Take this from somebody who loves avoiding conflict. I am really good at it. Mute them. They don't even know you muted them. They just think like, "Oh, she hasn't looked at my story in a while."
They haven't. Yeah, they don't know anything.
Anyway, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Mute them. Mute the mutuals.
Yeah.
I had another thing to ask you.
Okay.
Drag Race UK versus the world. Gag,
Yes. I
gag.
mean,
So, spoilers for the next couple minutes. Spoilers. Marina Summers did not lose that lip sync.
right. I fuck. There may have been an agenda.
There was, even when it came down to who they versed.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like they wanted to see La Grande Dame and Tia Coffee go head to head in a lip sync because they've had this storyline of flirtatiousness. And so anytime
Mm,
they do this every single season, and you might not notice it because you don't always watch the reunions, but there are so there was one situation where Georges and I don't even remember her name, but some other girl in that season were in the bottom, and it turns out later on they had some sort of little love connection behind the scenes, and the producers know all of this.
mm.
And so it
Right,
just
of
depends what
course.
storyline the producers want to release. They don't always release that, hey, these people are flirting, and so now we put them in a lip sync against each other, but they love doing that. They did it with Sugar and Spice. Those two shouldn't have been in the bottom together
Oh
that one
my
episode. They
god,
did that for
yeah.
storylines.
They
So
totally knew. I remember them saying, like, "We knew we were gonna have to lip sync against each other." Like, there's
if
no
yeah,
way that they would.
anytime that you guys didn't do really, really good in a challenge together, or both of you didn't rock it, you guys are going to be in the bottom together, and we can't wait to see that.
Mhm, and y'all both suck ass at lip syncing, so
So
it's gonna be really bad.
I just feel like it can't be that hard to lip sync.
I know, like, try,
Just
bitch.
don't fall
Try.
and know the words. So were you
But I
surprised by the
also
final?
the thing is, I wasn't surprised because Tia did
Really, really good.
well the whole season.
I agree.
And, like, the snatch game, when you can fucking crush the snatch game and you haven't had any other, like, I don't think she was in the bottom a single time, was
I don't
she?
think she was either.
And, like, yeah, Legrand Dame had some, she couldn't come through on the comedy
No, I knew she
challenges.
wouldn't win. I knew she wouldn't win,
Yeah.
but I wanted
And
to
then
give
when
the
I
girl
look at, I think the only person that really could have been a contender was, I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Rena had the most wins out of anyone on that season. I feel like she
I love her so
easily could have won the
much.
whole thing.
Yeah. I
Like, I get why they
definitely
gave it to Tia because Tia has more of like that superstar relatability power.
and also the character development of Tia
Yes,
Coffee.
exactly, the arc. So Marina came good,
Yes.
was good, didn't do bad in her season, whereas
Right. Marina, yeah,
Tia
Marina came in second.
Tia did historically bad.
So
Like,
bad.
infinitely
Worst
exactly, like,
looks
because
at
she's so beautiful and has so much potential.
yeah.
And, like, I was happy to see an elevation this season, but I feel like she still could do so much better.
Yeah, I think she'll come back. I think that well, I
Money,
guess
just more money. That
yeah.
50 pounds will do her well.
Yeah,
50,000
50
pounds, I
pounds.
should say. 50 pounds.
um
Okay, cool. And then I have one more
yeah.
question for you.
Okay, yay. I love this.
If you could be a villain with like a superpower, what kind of villain would you be?
I feel like this is so just like honestly, I just felt this like ew wave come over me as soon as I thought of this because this is like fucking manipulative and sadistic. But I feel like mind control because
Sick. You're a sick,
like
sick.
you can literally do anything with mind
Yeah,
control.
yeah. That's
But
not
also
bad.
like super strength would be fucking crazy. Punch a
Let's,
house.
let's see. Let's see. Let's take two situations and solve them each with super strength and mind power. All right. The Empire State Building exists and it's not gone anymore.
Oh,
That's
the Empire
that.
State Building does exist
It
and
still exists. Which one went
is
down?
not gone.
The two
The
towers?
Twin Towers.
Jesus Christ. Empire State Building still there.
I'm fucking dead. Oh my god.
So, all right, German terrorists have taken over the Empire State Building.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
these are the most ruthless terrorists you've ever seen. They
Fuck.
make ISIS look like cupcakes. All right?
Oh, okay. Got it.
They're German, Joya. German.
Right. As we know, yes.
All
Is
right. And so German terrorists have taken over the whatever that building, Empire State Building.
Empire. Yes.
There are hostages. Super strength. How are you solving it? You're just punching every single German person that you can find. How do you know if they're German? Are we doing like, is there a test to
Yeah.
find out?
Also, am I
Are we
like
lifting the whole
invincible?
building up and just, well, I don't know. Super strength. You just said super strength. You didn't really
I
define any
know.
other parameters outside of that.
I know, and I feel like with super strength, you can't really do much.
Like, how am I going to fix that problem with terrorism?
I
With
can't
my
get the
super strength.
hostages.
You know what I could
right.
do is I could find one definite German,
Yes.
rip their head off like a Barbie doll, place it on a
say-
stake, and that is my message. And who's next? Type
Right.
vibe. That
But you
might
have to be
solve it.
invincible. You have
I
to be
don't
like you
I don't know
can't
that I need
because
to be invincible because,
I
like, if
think
I'm
you
so
do.
strong, I feel like I could just like flex a muscle out of my body, or like flex a bullet out.
But they're gonna shoot you.
Flex the bullet out. You're fine,
Oh.
but
I think you have to be invincible.
okay, you have a super suit that protects the bullets,
Right. Super suit. Yeah.
but you're not invincible. You can still die. I don't see. Here's
Yeah.
the thing for me. If I was a German soldier or a German in that situation, I'd be like, "Oh my god, red, white, and blue. I love America." I would lie. I would not reveal
Yes.
myself, and I might even become more terroristic in that situation because that was my brother, whose head is on a stake now.
Mm,
You know, so
serious
I don't
revenge
see
porn.
super strength being as beneficial because I can cut into that place like a surgeon with mind control.
Right.
Cut into it.
Mm.
I'll take everyone to jail. Everybody in the building, come out. Everybody walking into the jail. I don't know
Single
who
file.
the hostages. Yeah, I don't know
Single
who the
file.
hostages are. Who's what? But come on, everybody in the jail. We'll figure it out from here. The building is safe. Everyone. Everyone's safe. I did it. And nobody's head got ripped off. I know that Neanderthal scared you guys a little bit, but don't worry. A sound mind has come to fix this issue.
Not the Neanderthal.
That's you, Joya. You're the Neanderthal who ripped the man's
No.
head off and put it on a stake.
No. Mind control was my first choice. Oh Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Yeah.
I
It's
think mind
mind
control is
control.
actually like probably for a villain, especially, or anyone, like that's invaluable.
Creme de la creme
I can't
of
think of a power
superpowers.
better than mind control for villain things. Like even
You're
if I could control water bending, how's that going to help me with terrorism?
you need
German
something.
terrorists aren't afraid of water.
Right. Yeah,
It's a
they're
well-known
not.
fact.
It is a well-known fact.
They have an entire aquatic division. They train in submarines. They love the water. They prefer the water. The charter for the German terrorist organization, it's at the GTO.
What?
Their charter is we liked Atlantis, bring it back.
Oh my god. Mm, we liked Atlantis. Bring it back.
Atlantis
So
rules.
waterbending
Yeah, water
is
bending.
not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, because
Not with the
they
German
actually were
terrorists.
going to achieve their goals for them with water bending.
They're like,
It's a deep
thank God you're
manipulation.
here. Oh
I
my
feel like
god.
mind control might be the only way to defeat German terrorists.
I think
All
if
terrorists, honestly,
yeah.
but the Germans specifically.
Yeah. For sure the Germans who love water and want to bring back Atlantis.
They are known for that. Germans are known for their love of all aquatic things and water.
Right.
Little known fact.
No,
A
widely known
well-known
fact.
fact. Well
Well
known
known.
fact that people tend to ignore. I don't know why. Let's take a dab or something.
Fuck, dude. Okay. That was really funny. Raise your hand if you think MacDizzle is hilarious. Period, girl. Yes.
What was I gonna say? It's sad that the hilarity happened the last 5 minutes, but if you stuck around, you got to enjoy the German terrorist plot.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeej.
Wow. Mm. Fuck. Wow, that was really funny. If you're still listening, comment. I was gonna say German terrorist. Probably not a good idea.
I was gonna say Jesus, and that's maybe worse.
Jesus?
Like Jesus,
Like
ISIS.
Jesus? Oh. I thought you were saying Jesus in a southern accent.
If you're still watching this, comment Jesus is our Lord and Savior.
Don't
Comment.
Okay.
If you're still watching this video right now, comment pumpernickel.
That is perfect. That is. I would love to see a bunch of pumpernickel comments.
Is that a type of bread or is it a color?
I think it's
Periwinkle's a color. Pumpernickel is a bread.
There you go.
Who the fuck came up with those names? I'd like to have a word with them.
Honestly, there's so many things like that where it's like, what the fuck is up with that word? Who decided?
Brunhilde.
Yes.
Germans, man. We're talking about Germans a lot today. They caught a lot of strays.
Yeah. Sorry, Germans.
sorry, Germany. I am German.
Me too.
So sorry that this is what y'all made. That we're the American spin-offs of y'all and you hate it. ILYTTY. I'll see you next week.
Love you. Thanks for listening.